Ace Frehley at number 5.
Whoa.
I mean, on my list, I can't put him ahead of anybody else, but still, Ace Frehley is my guy. He made me pick up guitar from 1978 when I Love Gun era, the Kiss Alive 2 era, when that's when I got into Kiss, and Ace Frehley was the one that made me play guitar. You seen that that poster of him with the the guitar smoking and stuff
On
like
fire,
that. I mean,
yeah.
that was like so cool when you were like a kid. You just wanted to play guitar. So is he the greatest guitar player in the world? No, but he's my guy, and he'll always make my list. I mean, you check out some songs like "Love Her All I Can." What's the one on Rocket Ride? I mean, he's got some good stuff. He did some cool stuff, soloing wise, and
there's a reason I'm not chiming in, because I think everybody knows that he's going to be coming in later on my list.
Oh, without a doubt.
So I'm just kind of sitting here going, tell me, Pat, what do you think about Ace? Because I can go all day on him. And I think he's a lot better than people give him credit for. All these technical geeks who
he's not one of those. But
no. But all these
he had his style with his vibratos, the way he bends his notes, and he was good for the time. He's
good all time. Like,
right.
I'm going to go back.
I'm not going to argue with it.
No, but what I'm saying is a lot of technical people have no idea about guitar. All they know is notes, patterns, and what should I play here. Agreed. And they're just theory and technicality, and they have no soul, no heart, no beginning, middle, end to their melody in their work. And I'm going to expand on this later, but Ace Frehley does not get the credit he deserves. He's influenced a lot of people, and he made guitar cool, but there's a sound that comes from him and his hands and his grip. And the way he grips the neck is a lot different than how everybody else grips it.
Listen, I learned everything I learned when I first started was off of Ace Frehley.
And his grip is the reason why his guitar screams the way it does.
So, I mean, he'll make my list every time. I know, if you put the greatest guitar player list together, he probably won't make it.
He'll make mine. Now, again, like Hendrix and like Jay Mascis, he makes music. He writes songs, Just like Hendrix and just like Jay Mascis, no one is ever going to confuse them with Pavarotti anytime soon.
No.
But they have character in their voice.
Right.
Character in their guitar. And that's what comes across. He is not technical, but who says technicality is needed?
It's not.
In guitar.
It's not.
Melody.
No.
Having a beginning to an end of a solo, telling a story in a solo, that's important. Like I was referring to before, his vibrato from his grip.
Right.
The way he squeezes that song.
Dude, he could write a solo on one string.
Yes.
I mean, I'm trying to think of one of the songs. I mean, Firehouse, he does those bends into those chops.
Dude.
I mean, he's basically doing it on one string, you know what I'm saying?
Or he gets the most out of one note.
Right.
Think about the solo, the live solo in Strutter.
Okay, it's the same thing, yeah. Exactly, yeah.
And the whole band's moving and changing behind him, and he's like right there, freezing it.
What's it called? Gotta Choose?
Got to Choose.
I mean, that solo's great. There's nothing much to it, but you could just hear how he starts bending into those parts,
The thing I love about the Got to Choose solo is when the band changes that last Who's Your Baby and Peter Criss starts doing that fill, Ace starts walking into the solo before the solo starts. Boom, that's
when Peter Criss comes with the cowbell.
Yeah, and it's like
it works well.
Yeah, very underrated. I guess looking back, you really can't take any member out of Kiss and think they would be successful.
Maybe Peter Criss. I mean, he could probably got a different
You see that? I don't think so.
I'm just saying, if it was anybody,
Don't forget, Peter Criss before 1977 was like Keith Moon. Yeah. I'm not saying as talented as a drummer Keith Moon, but his attack and his energy was the reason.
Boy, just listen to Kiss Alive. Right there alone. Peter Criss, that's by far his best, best performance. I mean, it's Kiss Alive, from She, Watching You, Parasite. His drumming is great.
And that album,
totally great.
That album made them who they were. Without Kiss Alive, they would not be anything. No, okay? Yep. And who is the only live player on that whole album?
Peter Criss.
There you go. So
don't tell all the fans this, and they're going to think the album.
His drumming performance on Kiss Alive is the reason, it's that good. Yep. It's a live show, and if your drummer's weak and not playing good, it's not going to be much of a live album. It's going to be a snooze fest.
Well, me, that's one of my favorite Kiss albums, right there, Kiss Alive.
So, but getting back to Ace Frehley, it's I got to say, even, the last album he did, that Spaceman album, I did not like at all.
No,
I like the first minute of Mission to Mars, and that's it. Every other, it was the most painful album listening experience I've had in a long time.
I listened to it once. I'll never listen to it again.
Yeah, that
was it. One time only.
I was, I have my theories of what it is, but I'm not going to say it because who the hell am I? It's Ace Frehley.
Dude, it was really no effort into it. I mean, you know what really hurt the whole album?
Bad songwriting.
Well, the lyrics.
Bad production.
The lyrics.
Yeah, but you're not.
Dude, they're bad, dude. They were bad. I mean, I think he's just singing stuff like, it's bad.
You're not rocking with the boys?
No, you know that too, dude. Come on, dude. What was the other song you were singing? Rocking with the Boys, and then I had that other Bronx Tale or some shit.
Bronx Boy.
I mean, what the fuck's going on here?
And then he's done another song where he's saying, give me Elvis or something.
Yeah, that's bad.
I'm like,
dude,
oh my God.
That is really bad.
But anyway, we're talking about his greatness. From this 1978 solo album I think, is one of the most revolutionary hard rock albums ever made.
I agree.
It's got riffs. It's timeless. Like, you could put that on now and it doesn't sound like some 70s dated dad rock album. Like, you could spin that album with anything today and it sounds fresh. You have a song like Wiped Out where people do not realize he's rapping.
Right.
That's a rap song. If you listen to Wiped Out, it's a rap. To me, Wiped Out is very similar to, and I'm not saying this guy's influenced by Ace Frehley at all, but it's very similar to Eminem.
Yeah.
The first Eminem record of these stories, like the Mushroom song, like all that, the song is basically...
I don't know too much about Eminem, but...
The song Wiped Out is basically about a drunk trying to make it happen with a chick on a date. And he can't manage. And he ends up going...
Oh, I mean, story-wise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now I understand now. Okay, of course, yeah.
But the went to the party, just done it. It's all rhymes. Right. It's all bars. It's all on beat.
And know what makes that whole album?
Wait, I'm not done with that song.
All right.
And then the hook.
Dude, you'll have to explain to me. Great song.
And then, what Anton Fig's doing in that song. That's what I'm saying.
Anton Fig makes that whole album, man. Great drumming from Anton Fig.
Yeah. So...
And right from the get-go, man, Rip It Out, just how it starts. Bam, right into it, man. Just...
Oh, remember that? So as soon as you put that on...
It's just like... Right from the get-go, you're hooked on that album. Could you
imagine, listening to, the solo albums, and you hear, Paul Stanley's album, okay, it's good. You hear Gene, you're like, what the hell is this? Then you hear Peter Criss's album, and you're like, where's Kiss?
Yep.
And then as soon as you put Ace's album on, you're like, thank you.
Well, Eddie Kramer, he produced it.
Thank
Great
you.
Stuff.
Hey, I love me some... I think Eddie Kramer did the best stuff with Kiss.
Listen, that album, I mean, I know New York Groove was the hit, but there is not a bad song personally on that album for me. I can listen to every song. I mean, I'll probably skip New York Groove, but New York Groove ain't a bad song, but...
When it comes on, when you're listening to that whole album and New York Groove comes on, it's one of those moments where you're just like, oh yeah. This is on here too.
Yep.
And we're covering What's on Your Mind. It's going to be on the EP we're coming out with. Okay. We're doing so many covers. It's crazy, but
good.
What's on Your Mind is just it's just a fun cover to do. And I just added so much in the outro solo and the singing. And so it's a lot longer than the original.
Right.
but it should be all right. And still going on with Ace, it's like, I love Space Invader. When he came out with that album, I just thought that was a throwback to Kiss. To me, that was like a continuation of what Kiss was doing, 78, Dynasty, then Unmasked, and then like something like that. It was like a heavy, fun record.
I dug that album compared to his, what was the one before that one?
Anomaly.
That I don't think the album stunk, but I just thought Space Invader had more of a rock feel to the album.
It did. It was more of a complete. I love Anomaly, but
that was more Ace Frehley, that album. You know, he went back to his classic soloing. You know, and you know, it is what it is. I mean,
and I even like
the 78 album. Just put it as we could just end it right there. Boom.
Well, here's another thing about Ace Frehley, and so I know we're supposed to be talking about guitar, but his demos in the 80s.
Yeah.
That never got released, like "Girl Can't Dance" and
there's a few good ones he had.
Audio Video.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of them.
But some of them from the 70s too, I believe. Some of those demos. I think some of them probably.
There's just such great stuff that's never going to see the light of day. I wish he would do a new wave record, like a spaced out new wave record. Put those demos on there, write some newer, wackier stuff, kind of like, you know, the intro to Mission to Mars and stuff like that, and just do like a heavy, spaced out new wave rock record. I think he should do that, and I think those demos from the 80s should be in on that.
He's doing that cover album again coming out.
Yeah, and
he's got a bunch of songs on it.
I can't listen to Origins.
No, it's not. Listen, people are into that stuff too, but to me, I want to hear original music, dude. I want to hear covering. The best stuff he probably covers was the one Kiss song.
From Creatures.
From Creatures. I mean, that was awesome right there.
Rock and Roll Hell.
He had nothing to do with the song, and he covers it. I mean, that's good stuff.
Do you think he played on Creatures at all?
You know, he might have been in on something or two, but they probably never used it. He probably was there, and just it was the end of it. I'm not sure. People talked about it, but I don't know. I don't hear his guitar playing at all on that album.
I do. There's one song.
Which one?
And it's not this. It's Saint and Sinner.
You know, I'll have to listen to it again.
It sounds like a jam that him and Eric Carr and Gene would have had. If you listen to it.
Oh, well,
if I told you Saint and Sinner was Ace Frehley, Gene Simmons, and Eric Carr, it sounds like, and now I'm not saying it is, and probably a million Kiss fans are going to be like, dude, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. He's not there.
But they did have like four guitar players.
Yeah, they had people walk in and say, play this, and be like, you know.
Even Vinnie Vincent, he didn't play that much on that album. He probably did like 3 songs on that album. And the rest were just guys just coming in and out.
They had the guy from, you know who played a lot on that record?
Oh.
The guy from Mr. Mister.
I heard that. I read that.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw him in an interview talking about that, actually.
Yeah, I think that's his solo on Creatures of the Night.
Okay.
And
that's not a good solo.
No?
I don't like it.
It doesn't bother me.
I like a Bruce Kulick play.
But think of the solo in Saint and Sinner.
Oh, well, I can't. I right now, I just can't think of it right now. I have to go back and listen to it.
But yeah, Ace Frehley for me, even like solo stuff, like some of my favorite solo, 90s stuff from him, like Lost in Limbo. Love that song. Yeah, he's the best because of how cool he made the guitar look,
right?
How he made it sound, his position in one of the greatest bands ever, which is why I can't stomach anything Kiss has done since 2000, 2001. It's not Kiss to me. It's just not.
It is what it is. It's all about making money, dude.
Whatever. For me, he was so instrumental of the power of that band. I just think he wasn't allowed to be who he was musically. So
that's why when that 78 album came out.
Yeah.
He exploded, man. He had so much stuff like written or built up, man. He just had to let it out. And he let it out on that album. Dude, if he put those out songs in those Kiss records, dude, especially on Love Gun and maybe on.
Could you imagine like Rip It Out on Rock and Roll Over?
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know,
That would have been great.
Yeah. So
Even Love Gun could have used that.
Yeah.
You know, because I think it was more in the Love Gun era if that anything would have came out.